Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Affiq Ridzuan bin Muhammad Fazila with metric number s60384. I am from Nautical Science student. Will be presenting my research proposal with the title Study of the Role of Human Factor Contributes in Maritime Pilot Transfer Operation using Affiq in Malaysian Port. So the background of my study will be presenting information about maritime pilot. Maritime pilot have navigate ship whenever either enter or leave the port. The most dangerous element of their job is getting on and off the ship, and given the nature of the task, the failure of pilot later resulted in serious injuries to pilot, even fatalities. Additionally, there are still issues with the boarding procedure, and unsafe pilot ladder rigging to be found through port state control inspection, which would cause delays and cause penalty to the operator. Human error is the main cause of fatalities or injuries during the maritime pilot transfer procedure. So the problem statement in my research proposal: despite many laws and guidelines about the requirement for the transfer equipment, there are still hazards associated with the transfer of pilot. We can see the data here, which both from the IMPA, which is International Association of Maritime Pilot, which shown the defect of pilot ladder and the pilot transfer operation compliance and non-compliance by means of transfer. There are other sources that state the Marine Accident Investigation Branch received 194 reports of substandard pilot ladder in 2021. Of those, 22 were found to be really poor state by the pilot, and 172 pilot, which is 88.6%, were not rigged in accordance with the SOLAS regulation. The next one is my research objective. The first one is to identify the human factor in the transfer of pilots in Malaysian port. The second one is to analyze human factor contributing in the pilot ladder accident during the pilot transfer operation process in Malaysian port. The third one is to construct the Affiq PV model, that is human factor analysis and classification system for passenger vessel, that focus on my research methodology. Methodology for my research proposal. The methodology that I use in my research will be the Affiq, which is human factor analysis and classification system that will be used to comprehensively classify human factors in pilot transfer incident. Affiq is the most popular analytical framework in the literature for the examination of human error, pilot transfer accident investigation report, literature review, and a group of marine professionals with experience in pilot transfer operation are utilized to design the Affiq model. The original Affiq framework focused on into the causes of accident at 4 different levels, which is organization influence, unsafe supervision, precondition for the hazardous act, and unsafe act. From the Affiq, through data collection, in my research, I will gather 25 certified experts from several ports in Malaysia with extensive knowledge and expertise in maritime pilotage will participate in online interview to give opinion about human factor to maritime pilot transfer procedure that will lead to incident. Pilot transfer accident investigation report, literature review, and a team of maritime pilot experts who have worked in pilot transfer operation are used to design the Affiq. As you can see here, first diagram I show the flow chart for my research proposal. Second one is the classification of the data that I will acquire from interview and the literature review. Also the pilot transfer accident investigation report. The next one is expected outcome. Through the methodology, the HFAC PV, which is the human factor analysis and classification system for passenger vessel model, will be developed. From here, the human factor that contribute to maritime pilot transfer operation accident will be identified and categorized. When safety practitioners are looking for the main reason why marine pilot transfer incident happen, the established model can offer efficient response. So based on the diagram I show in the slide, I made the expected result for HFAX PV model, which is under the unsafe supervision level and unsafe act level, which shown the human factor error that classified in those levels. The conclusion for my research proposal: pilot injuries and death are possible concern during maritime pilot transfer operation. Predicting human error is crucial, especially in preventing marine accident and fatalities. Researchers in maritime safety have a great propensity to look for a proactive approach to reduce human error and raise safety standard in maritime pilot transfer. The hatchback is weighted to classify and analyze human factors. The importance of human factor in maritime pilot transfer process is highlighted, and the likelihood of human factor in foreseen is foreseen because it might put the pilot in serious risk. That's all from my research proposal presentation. So thank you.